What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Brokish Black It Girl, the podcast. I'm your host, Ryan C. Gale, aka Ryan, aka Girl Ryan. Just know that the girls aren't claiming to be broke, and I refuse to ever refer to myself as broke. But listen, I am a creative, a fashion entrepreneur, and sometimes life just be lifing. Thank you all so much for tuning in, but before we get into it, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel right now. Today, I want to introduce you all to a lovely friend. Like IG baddie. You know, some of you may know her on Instagram as I Do My Own Stunts, Miss Tiarra. Hi, Tiarra.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me. I know you be busy, girl.
I'm happy to support any of your endeavors, Ryan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I feel like me and you kind of like was in New York at the same time. I definitely would see you out at all the events.
That's how we met, outside.
Yeah. But you got really close to one of my mutual friends, and kind of like, was it like last year or was it the beginning of this year where we kind of like,
I think last year.
Yeah, we kind of like really reconnected and like built a stronger relationship.
Yeah,
I love that
grateful.
for us.
I know.
Yeah.
Being in New York can get lonely, and it's so hard to make new friends when you get older. So I'm grateful for that.
Yes, making new friends is hard, especially at this age. So go ahead and please introduce yourself to the BBIG community.
Of course. My name's Tiarra. I'm originally from the DMV, Pretty Girl County, to be specific. With some respect on, my name. I have been in New York over 9 years. Okay. I would say I am a creative turned corporate baddie.
Yes.
And I have a brand called Tipsy with Tea.
Yes, okay, because we made some beautiful espresso martinis.
Yes,
cheers to that. Yes.
Cheers. So good.
So good, okay? And we're actually, so you're from PG, I'm from DC, so
DMV.
What was it like growing up in PG? Like,
oh, I'm so grateful for being raised in the DMV. Like, everything is like black excellence. Like, you're always like, I don't know, like I never felt lesser than, or I just was surrounded by people who looked like me.
Exactly.
Examples of like the range of beauty and just, I don't know. It's like so much culture, like from food, like mumbo sauce.
Yes. Like, y'all had that in PG? Y'all had mumbo sauce?
Yes, we did. our parents was good. Shout out to Peter.
Okay.
We would go to the Go-Go's, some music.
The Go-Go's was always in Maryland because in DC they was getting shut down.
Oh yeah, it was dangerous. It was dangerous. The booth picks, like, I don't know, even like style. I know the New York girlies like eat it up, but girls from PG, like if you go to a HBCU, you know what it is. So
we definitely had our own unique style. Like people from the DC, Maryland. I'm not really sure about what Virginia was giving. But Maryland is super close. Virginia is also super close. But yes, at the HBCU, the DC DMV crew definitely stuck together, and our style was just so unique. It's a lot different from New York because New York, I feel like it's more up north. They're definitely more tapped in, or they were definitely more tapped into like the designer scene than what we had.
Yeah.
But we always was just.
We always brought it.
Had our own thing.
We had all the modeling groups too.
Yes.
So I feel like that's where that merge with fashion was, because so many modeling groups like the fashion, like the Catwalk. What was it?
Catwalk Classics.
Catwalk Classics.
You was at the Catwalk Classics?
I never went.
You did?
That wasn't my vibe.
Oh wow.
But I appreciate it.
Okay.
I was a nerd. I was science tech. I don't know.
So it's so different. It's different from like where you are now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So when people ask you, like, because it's such a New York thing to like, so what do you do? Especially when you outside, like,
yeah.
Do you get that question a lot?
All the time.
Okay.
Like, I get that people want to network, but I wish there were more like organic, natural ways to have conversations about like what you do for a living, because I've never been someone that defines myself by my career. I've always just been vibes. Like if you go on my Instagram, you would never know what my job was. Like I just updated my bio to include that, but yeah, so I was just like, I don't know, when people say, I just have fun, I just be doing my best, I just be living life. So now I am a program manager that works at one of the world's best publications. Shout out to that.
Yes.
But I'm still a creative. I'm a content creator on the side. So
okay,
that's the both worlds.
So you wouldn't consider yourself like an influencer or anything? It's just like content.
I'm not an influencer at all. I think that I'm just relatable.
Okay.
Like my whole thing is I'm relatable, not influential.
Oh, so what would be like the difference?
For me, I think when people look at influencers, like there's an aspirational aspect to it. Like you're seeing something and you're aspiring to be like or inspired by what they do. And I think the beautiful thing about me is like I feel like I'm more relatable. Like
definitely,
I'm someone you could come up to and just be like, oh my god, I love your content, or like, oh, where'd you get that from? And I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
like,
okay. There's no gatekeeping.
There's no gatekeeping. There may or may not be a promo code. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. I'm just your online bestie.
We love that.
But for real, like not on some like fake, like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, we love that. And I mean, with that, I feel like with content creation, there has to be some type of level of confidence that you have to have with that. I mean, I'm on Instagram, but I'm not like in that world.
And
you
on
know,
TikTok too.
I'm on TikTok, but I'm not in that world. So like when I post things, I don't get like hella comments and things like that. And that's why I feel like, you know, you have to have that confidence to kind of just ignore, I guess, like the haters or the trolls and things like that. So where would you say like your confidence come from, or do you just not care?
I think everyone cares, even if they say they don't. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's because when I post online, I'm doing it for myself. Like, I don't say I don't care. I'm doing it for me versus like an algorithm versus beauty metrics. Like, I never was on Instagram to like grow my following. That was never the goal. It just happened to like organically like find people who liked me, or people found me and liked my content and just followed me, and it just increased. So I'm so grateful and blessed for that. But I think that's why my mindset is so different. Like, if I only get 12 likes, okay, 12 people liked it, that's cool. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna like, that was my lived experience for that day. Yeah, so that's what I wore. That's what I ate.
So it just doesn't matter to you.
Yeah.
So like, did you always kind of have this confidence, or was it like, cause you said like you were always kind of like in the books, you know? So moving to New York City, it can be tough, and like, you know, you could be thinking that you eating and you step outside and it's like, well, you can't get in here. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. So like, do you feel like living in New York has like boosted your confidence, or it was just in you? Like,
it definitely boosted my confidence.
Okay.
Like, I moved to New York the day after I graduated college with one suitcase.
The day after?
Yeah, like my parents came to pick me up from college and was packing up everything. I was like, okay, bye. And they were like, what?
So you knew you were planning to move to New York?
I just knew I was going to be in the city.
Oh, okay.
Like, but I had no job, nowhere to stay. I just knew I would figure it out.
So where was you staying?
I had a man at the time.
Okay. Okay.
But it wasn't given that serious where it was like, we're moving in together and starting that life. It was like, all right, I'm going to stay with you for 1 week, and within a week, I'm going to figure out everything. I got a job in a week, a place to stay in a week.
Yes, very independent woman.
Yeah, and I've just been here ever since. So I think being independent, like, you have to believe in yourself, because if I did it, I wouldn't still be here. And I also feel like being in the mix and in the scene, like, if you want to go to the industry events and the PR and, you know, get on the PR list, like, you kind of have to act like you're that person, even if no one knows who you are. So I'm used to walking to the front of the line and saying my name is on the list until the person who has the list starts to second guess themselves. Like, I'm used to getting on LinkedIn, looking up who the CEO or editor-in-chief is. And
so you was doing your research.
Being in the books.
Okay.
Being in the books prepared me for being about that life. Like, anytime I went somewhere, my friends knew I was going to get in because I just knew what to say. I probably should have did PR, to be honest. But, yeah.
So, what books was you reading? Okay. What you mean?
Girl, I love to read. I'm in like 4 book clubs, to be honest. But, I studied science in high school, and then in college I did sociology, but... Okay,
so you already know, like, the mind and things.
Yeah, I was the president of my Black Student Union.
Period.
Like, I didn't realize that was, like, that's a big deal.
It is. So... You was active.
I was active. So I think being in leadership roles and then, like, being studious, it's like I do my research and I come prepared. So if I'm put in a situation, like, I'm not going to fold. Like, you're going to fold before I fold.
That's some like top notch it girl like level confidence right there.
Yeah. People will treat you how you let them. That's just my model for everything. So if I act like I'm the baddest bitch or the most important person in the world, that's how you want to treat me.
Right. So like, okay, I love that. I don't even. That's fact. Yeah. Like really, that is.
If you don't, then like that's just. I don't know. You can apply that to dating, whatever work, but
that is. I mean, that's fact. And I asked the question just because sometimes I feel like confidence is something that I kind of like dibble and dabble back and forth with, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just like because of my upbringing or just because like I've always had like a solid friend group behind me.
Yeah.
So when I have to get out or do something on my own. You know, it's like sometimes I'll be like second guessing or questioning myself. But definitely having that mindset is like, that's it. That's all you need.
I think it'll go a long way.
So you don't consider yourself an influencer, you are a content creator. But like you did mention like, you know, you have that, you're the bad bitch. Like you walk into it and like you're that girl. So like, when did you realize that you had that power? You know, like that's also some like feminine energy. Like really, like if you could tap into that, I feel like that's your feminine energy, your highest level. So like, when did you realize that like, okay, this is a power, I have it, and this is it.
Utilize it.
Yes.
I guess in college, my thesis was on hip-hop feminism.
Hip-hop feminism?
Yeah, so I was reading a lot of, like, bell hooks. I did my whole, like, thesis on Beyonce.
Wow.
And it's so interesting because that year she dropped, like, that secret project. She dropped it on my birthday, which was so interesting.
Yes.
And it was, like, the one where it was, like, she pretty much declared that she was a feminist.
What project was this?
Oh my God, Beehive Don't Come For Me, but it was like when she like quoted the speech, like, and it was like...
Okay, yes. Was that the one with...
Was that Lemonade? I think it was Lemonade.
Yes, Lemonade. That's when she was in, that's when she was in her feminine power, okay? Exactly. She was like, Jay-Z, get your shit together. Yes. I will leave you, period.
Yes. So that year, I had done so much research and like just reading about like intersectionality and just like womanism versus feminism, and I think like just doing that like inner work and like internalizing what I was reading changed my mindset. And also I went to a predominantly white university. Like I didn't go to a HBCU. Okay. So I feel like, and being the president of Black Student Union, it kind of all like came together. I had to like represent my community. There was a lot of like structural racism and like people like microaggressions. So I just had to be really confident and stand up for like people who looked like me, speak in rooms where I wasn't used to speaking, and I think it kind of just like rolled over. I also had like I don't know if you say you had an ugly duckling phase, but I don't know. I had an ugly duckling phase when I was younger.
It's awkward. You're trying to figure out like, what do I like? You really trying to learn yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I wasn't the most popular girl in school. Like guys used to tell me that I had potential. Like always tell me,
what the fuck?
You have potential because I wore glasses. Like if you get contacts, if you got a perm, like all these things were like in my like
They
head.
was telling you that?
Yeah, cause like they knew I was pretty, but they just felt like I could be prettier.
I just don't like the fact that they telling you.
I mean, and you know what? That could be me because I'm always open to feedback. It's not like I was like, oh, what can I do better? But it was just like I always have had a good personality. So I think people always feel comfortable like just
sharing with you.
Even if it's like, damn, that's kind of.
So it wasn't given like rude.
You know how being in from the like DMV, people jung though.
Yes,
so
yes.
You kinda,
so they was going in.
No, it wasn't joking. But I'm just saying like you're used to people like.
Okay. You used to it, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I think also having that in the back of my head when I was in college and I could like had the money to kind of like pay to get my nails done, get weaves, like.
So you wasn't doing this in high school?
No, I mean senior year I kind of started to.
Okay.
Silk press mommy, like, but college was more so like I'm away from my parents. I can do what I want. Okay. Like,
wow,
yeah. That's sculpted in my identity.
Girl, I was like begging my parents to get my acrylic nails in the 4th grade.
See, I didn't get my nails until senior year of high school.
And it was like, oh, y'all won't get it done. I'm gonna ask grandma. And we was going to the nail salon. And it's like, little ass girl.
I didn't get my ears pierced till I was in 11th grade.
You didn't have no,
I couldn't have no earrings. Can you imagine what my feminine energy was giving me?
Wait, like, what was your, like, were you religious? Like, was it for, like, religious reasons?
I think my mom was really strict. Like, I'm the oldest too. Okay. So my sister's born with the ears pierced. Okay. We had different. But I think my mom just, she's not a girly girl. So things that I feel like would have just been more intuitive, like getting my unibrow waxed or getting like.
Not you had a unibrow.
Yes, girl. I mean, it wasn't even like, I don't even know. It wasn't even Frida Kahlo. Like, it's just. Also, we're the era of kids who grew up outside. Like, we have scars all over our lips because we were outside playing. So
the last group of kids.
The last. Yeah. Like, we didn't have the, like, I don't even know when camera phones came out. High school.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe that also started to, like, me developing my feminine identity and stuff in college. So.
I mean, I guess you can really tap into it whenever you feel, you know, because I feel like how you said your mom wasn't really girly like that. I mean, my mom, I feel like I remember her being super girly and like I just remember her having like this whole lipstick makeup case.
Ooh.
But then after that, it was just kind of like my mom was just in her like, I don't want to say tomboy area because she was just like a grown ass woman, but it was given like, I got my man, I got my kids, like, I don't really give a fuck.
My mom never wore makeup. She always had on my dad's oversized t-shirts.
My mom
very
too.
90s like sneakers.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what?
Yeah, so you wasn't even like... Yeah.
We didn't have TikTok tutorials and YouTube girlies teaching us how to do makeup.
No,
like, we're just a different era.
Yeah. But I'm interested about this hip-hop, women in hip-hop.
My thesis.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. A part of me thought that I would go in the music industry and do A&R or like work at a record label, but there's so many like barriers of entry for women in general within the music industry. So for those who are doing the thing, shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. The guy I was dating at the time, his dad actually owned like some of Jay-Z's catalog.
Now his dad owns some of what?
Yeah, and
he's that guy. He's that guy. To own some catalog, Jay-Z, that's not regular.
And he got like an internship at one of them labels, one of the newer labels, and like just seeing his like the privilege that he had because that he was white. And a white man, just like seeing that, it kind of like put me off because if I applied online or, you know, did the things on my own, it wasn't giving access.
Applying never gave access for me. Yeah. Like, I mean, that has just been my experience. And I feel like that's what forced me to go into like the entrepreneurship realm because it's, to me, especially with my experience here in New York City, every job or every opportunity that I had came from a referral. Absolutely. Came from like me knowing somebody or, you know, basically me knowing somebody and them being able to put me in the position or them knowing someone else to put me in the position. And when I would try to apply for things on my own, it was just like, oh, it's dead, you know? Like, so Yeah, you always gotta. Has that been your experience?
Like, no, same as you. Like, and I think that's why it took me, I don't say so long, but to figure out what I wanted to do, because everything I wanted to do, I felt like I was always told no. Like, I never got, like, I could never get a yes. So it's like, you're living here, you have to make money, you do what you have to do to survive. So I had like 1,000 jobs I didn't love, but every experience like prepared me for where I'm at now. So I'm so grateful. But it's upsetting that, like, I mean, not upsetting, but it is all about who you know, and relationship building is so important. But like, when you're like moving to a city you're not from, like, and you're trying to like chase your dreams and you don't really know anyone, it is hard.
Yeah, you gotta get out there. You gotta network. You gotta like
get on your Zoom.
Get on your what?
Your Zoom.
Yeah, you really gotta like you gotta be outside. Period. Yeah. Especially in New York City. Like, this is the place where you literally have to be outside, because when you're not outside, you're not top of mind. Yeah. People don't see you. People not thinking about you. So it's just kind of like, yeah, you're gone.
Yeah, you have to put yourself in those rooms. So.
Period. Okay, tipsy with tea is literally no joke. Like,
our eyes are really off.
I'm definitely feeling it, and the drink is mad good. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm definitely.
Thank you.
Gonna need another one after this. So yes, like, you have this amazing platform.
Thank you.
So what would you say has been like your biggest influential project or your biggest influence overall?
Yeah, I guess I would say I stumbled into being an influencer. Like, I had a really bad breakup during the pandemic, and I couldn't be outside. I couldn't go to the bar. Everything was shut down, as y'all know. And I love cocktails, so I just started making drinks at home. And, you know, taking drinks at home, people were like tuning in, and like I started doing lives and just like started working with different brands.
And this was all over the pandemic?
Yeah, that's how it started.
A lot of people really like, they shit took off during the pandemic. I love that.
Yeah, like it all happened so quickly, and I'm so grateful for that. So I think just like, I feel like a lot of people make really, really good content, and they get kind of like stressed out about not having a lot of followers or their engagement or the algorithm. But if you just keep doing your thing, like, it will happen.
Consistency.
Like, consistency.
And that's just overall in general. Like, if you love what you're doing and you're confident and you're solid in your work, and you keep at it, it's just like, it has no reason not to thrive and grow.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. So I feel like I was consistent for like a good year, and then the brand deals were happening.
Is this Tipsy with Tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Tipsy, like the whole name came about, logo. I just had my first like long-term partnership with Bailey's, which I'm so grateful for.
That event was hella cute. Like, the branding was like the location. Like, I was so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I think that has been the highlight so far. Like, because I do a lot of like one-off deals, and like short-term contracts, but that was the first time I like exclusively worked with a brand at like a whole event, like, and I want to do more stuff like that. So
yes.
I'm excited to see where I take the brand. I want to do like syrups and like drinkware and just tastings.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
I love the fact too that you had your man DJing the event. Yeah. Like, you had a whole Tipsy with Tea logo all over.
He's so supportive.
Yes.
Very lucky.
Yes, I love that.
I'm all about getting money together. So.
Yes, Beyonce and Jay-Z, power couple. We love that. So yeah, you know, this is the Brokish Black It Girl podcast. So, I mean, you're an it girl, but like, are you inspired by other it girls? Are there any other like it girls that you're like, yo, she's killing it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like there are two women I follow on Instagram that just make me feel like, as I like age with grace and like style, it's just like you get finer with time.
Period. Like wine.
Like, I feel it's literally like, I feel like so much of the industry is focused on Gen Z and younger demographics, but let's be honest, we have the spending power we're getting the checks. Like, no shade, but it's just like, I am so happy to be 30 years old. I'm loving this era of my life, and I love looking to women who are showing me like that their fashion and their style is just so refined and like cool and just like aspirational. So Amanda Murray, which is London Girl at NYC, she's just the queen of the mirror selfie.
Yeah, she's fucking fabulous. And her wardrobe,
reigns.
Immaculate.
Reigns. And she's someone who is like, wouldn't be considered a influencer. Like, she's just living her life, like being fashionable, and like people just found her page and like love her, and she has so many like insightful like thoughts and commentary.
Yeah, she know her shit though. She knows her fashion shit.
Yeah, she's so well versed, and it's like by using her platform to just speak her own thoughts, people like were attracted. So I just love that. And Marjon Carlos.
Yes.
Oh, she's just in her podcast.
She does it for me. She does it for me.
She gets
What's
it.
her podcast? Auntie.
Fine Auntie show.
Yes.
Yeah. She's just so bomb. Just so bomb.
Bomb. Yeah.
Those are my like
ultimate it girls. I would say my ultimate it girl. I mean, she's been my it girl since she's like came out, and I feel like she's everybody's it girl. Rihanna.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, she just like is it. And now that she's like in her whole mommy era, like, I got my man, I got my kid, like,
she's so fabulous.
It's like, yes, no, I want my man, I want my kid, like, you know, I have my career, and it's really about family. And it's like, you can still be that girl with your family.
Be a mother. As
yes.
Kiki's another good one.
Oh yes. I feel like she literally glowed up after the baby.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like she's just more self-assured and like more comfortable in who she is, how she looks. Like, her personality is amazing. She's beautiful.
How do you feel about that situation that happened with her BD and like the whole Twitter?
I feel like Twitter just took care of it. Like, Kiki was like, I got some trash I need to like take out, and we were like, we got it, we got you, girl. Like, we'll carry it for you.
So they broke up?
No, I mean, I don't know if they're broken ever.
Because you said trash.
Analogy, like, don't even lift a finger. Like, we'll do the dirty work for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just like she carried it so well. Like,
yeah, she did.
She hasn't addressed it. She's doing a Beyonce moment, like.
But she actually made T-shirts and like hoodies and paraphernalia.
She's getting this check, just like
I'm
Beyonce
a mother.
Lemonade.
She
like,
said I'm a mother.
I love it. So I hope that it all works out though, because at the end of the day, that's the father of her child.
Yes.
And like, we can say what we want, but they're in a partnership. So I do hope that he is more enlightened and it will be more refined with what he says about women, their clothing choices and their actions. If anything, he learned from it. But I love that we have her back.
We definitely, I mean, like, people were like, yo, but they had all the receipts.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It's crazy. Like, they were posting pictures, like, but you took this picture of her in her underwear. Like,
that part, and then all his political thoughts came out. It was like, oof. It just makes, also with dating, it's like, you kind of got to do the background check. Like,
he's a man. He was salty. He was in his feelings.
Yeah.
Usher was pulling up on his girl. Yeah. And instead of just, like, having a conversation with her about it, he ran to Twitter. Which is just like, a lot of people do that these days. They run to social media.
It's childish. I feel like social media can be so detrimental to relationships sometimes. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, communication is key. You should have never tweeted that. But when you have a platform, though, like, people are zeroing in on you to see what you're going to do.
At all times.
So, if it was just a regular couple, no one would care. It's like, oh, take that down.
Nobody would even paid attention to his tweet. Like, it's probably people who have notifications when he tweet because he's with Kiki.
I think he deactivated it.
I mean, what else? Like, he needs healing. He definitely
his public PSA. Like, I'm sorry.
He definitely is going through postpartum. Him? Yeah, him.
No, I think he is just coping with the fact that she's like becoming a like powerhouse And that's hard. I feel like sometimes men feel.
But she's been a powerhouse.
But it's even bigger now.
It's bigger now.
This was interviewing the first lady of the White House. She was coming along.
Who was that?
Not the first lady. Well, I'm sorry. Kamala. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, vice president.
Yes. Like, that's a long way from a spelling bee movie.
But she's definitely has... she deserved it. You
Absolutely.
know, she's worked her way up to this point. I mean, because she was also a child star.
Yeah. And, you know, it could have gone a completely different way. So the fact that she has her own, like, media company and killing it, like, with her own production, it's giving Issa Rae, like, I love that. I think she's just...
But who knows? This could all be... I be definitely questioning when shit be going down like this. Because it's like, this could all be marketing for your shit. At the end of the day, I could have plotted this. It could be fake.
No, I don't think she would. I stand by it.
You don't think so? Okay. I feel it. So, just to go back. So you have your 9 to 5. And then you have like also, you know, content creation that you do with I Do My Own Stunts. And then you have Tipsy with Tea. So that's like three jobs right there. Like, how are you managing them all? And then you travel a lot, you know, like, and then you also are in a relationship. Like, that's just a whole relationship to me is a job.
It is.
It's a job.
That is.
So what's the secret?
I'm not managing at all. That's the kill. I feel like if people were more transparent about how hard it is, like, to do the things that they do, like, the reality is a lot of things don't get done. Some things get done late. Some things don't get done at all. Some things have to pass on. But I think now I'm realizing, like, I have to pick 1 or 2 things and just do them really well and focus on that. So I might be a horrible girlfriend for 2 weeks. It just is what it is. Yeah. I can't be there for you in that way, babe. But I'm getting this money. You know, I'm getting this brand deal, and guess what? You'll be able to DJ this event, and boom, I'm paying you a check. Or like, you know, like,
and
or even
you gotta have a partner that's understanding to that. That's important.
Yeah, I feel like when you have dreams and your partner has dreams and you're like transparent about it, you can like be there for one another, which is what I have. So it feels nice to have that.
Yes. And then you were saying how you managing your job, like...
Yeah, this is another thing, another tea. I feel like because I had so many jobs that were like chill, like I would go to work and then after work that was it. I didn't bring work home with me. I wasn't like stressed about it. Like when I said I closed my laptop at 3:30 p.m., that was it.
Finito. So
having a job, like jobs like that for like my whole life, I was able to focus on content creation and being a, you know, creator, because I could just go to the events or like do stuff because I had the mental capacity. Now my job is like really demanding. It takes a lot out of me. Like I have to be fully present. I have to be prepared. Like I have to do work when I go home. It's just different.
Work at home.
More so like, because it's like client facing.
Okay,
so
yeah.
If I get an email at 7 p.m. because my client is on the West Coast, like I'm expected
That makes sense.
Respond,
yeah.
But I've never been in that position before. At least not in a position where like I could just have somebody else do it.
Oh,
now it's like me.
You gotta do it. Yeah.
So
you need an assistant. Hello.
I know. Yeah, but it's nice because I feel like these are all the things I'll need before I enter that next era of like motherhood or being like an actual wife. Like I want to be the best version of me in my career, in my personal life, in my romantic life. So I'd rather figure it out now than make like serious commitments that I can't show up for.
I love that. It's all about evolution and entering your higher self, the highest level that you can be. I mean, even with me, like, some things is just kind of like, I don't know, like, why do we procrastinate? I feel like sometimes I procrastinate because it's like, I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, you know, like, I just don't know. So it's just kind of like, I'm going to wait to the last minute and then I'm going to figure it out. But I don't know how beneficial that is.
I feel like I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you just put it off because it gets done and happens, but you just don't know how and when and what.
And then it still get done. And then it's perfect. And then, yeah, everybody's happy. So, moving on to our next topic. you talked about entering your 30s.
Yeah. 30 and 30 Friday.
How has your 30s been treating you?
I love it here.
Yeah.
Outside of like my clothes not fitting the same, that's the only thing. Like
I just entered that space too.
Like the weight really just be sticking. Like I don't know. Nothing.
Is it because we're like not really walking everywhere? Because I feel like at 30s it's kind of like, okay, you Ubering everywhere, you driving everywhere, like you're not
as active.
You're not moving like how you was moving at 20 in your 20s. But it's like, okay, the event is a 19-minute walk from the train. Like I could buck it, you know? Like, yeah.
I agree, and I also feel like I'm not dancing.
You don't be dancing?
I feel like when I was younger, if I went to a party, that was cardio. I was dancing, winding, like doing squats.
I'm dancing.
Okay,
I'm dancing.
I feel like Afrobeat dancing is like only a couple movements. I used to like listen to a lot of like Southern hip hop. Where you
you're not doing that no more?
No.
But you was just at the Southern, what was that, South House? Was you dancing?
Yeah, I wasn't dancing.
Why? Because you're 30 now?
Okay, no, that's really have fun, but I feel like for me, I'm more of a like sit with my like dancing to me is holding my cocktail and moving my head and like.
Oh, is it because you were in a relationship or was it why?
It could be, yeah, it could be that. I dance with my girls, but it's not the same. Like I feel like when we were younger, my shoe choice was usually different, you know, like.
Okay, got it. The shoes definitely make it different.
And you're like, I don't know, I'm trying to get chose, so I'm just really having fun on the dance floor. You're dancing with different people. Like, it's just, I was more active. A video of me dancing when I was younger and a video of me dancing now are two completely different routines.
I gotta see.
I be chilling. I'm a chill person now, though. I feel like I just want to sit down, have a drink, and kiki.
Even when the music is like fire?
Yeah, I'll be dancing in my seat.
Wow. Okay, see, yeah.
You like to dance?
I'm dancing at the Lotus Lounge. Listen, you know, it's still something that we're growing. And so, like, even like our last party, it wasn't really like packed out like that. But it was like, I'm still dancing.
Yeah, you want to have fun.
I'm a dancer.
Okay, but I like R&B. I like a slow jam. Like, I'd rather just do like.
So you can't dance to that.
You can, but the dancing's not going to burn calories.
No, yeah, it's just that's definitely something you sitting with your cocktail.
Yes.
Little Marvin Gaye, the Van Draws, a little Anita.
Or maybe, but I could do a Sexy Red Pound Town, but even my dancing there is just.
Okay, so you giving
range.
All right, okay. So that's something that you see different from like your 20s and your 30s.
Oh yeah, the original question. Okay, the difference. I'm not as active.
Okay.
I'm more mature. I think my style is better. Like, I can finally afford the pieces. I'm not doing the fast fashion.
Period. We hate the fast fashion.
Yeah, sustainability.
I mean, it's not that inexpensive as people think. Like, because with the fast fashion, after a wash, like, you gotta go buy something else again.
And you know what? I feel like it wasn't always that bad back in the day.
Yeah, because H&M, Zara.
Yeah, that was
back
like
in the
main thing. Because I still have some fast fashion pieces I still wear to this day.
Yeah,
but it's nothing.
But you got it a minute ago. Yeah,
a while ago. Before online shopping was like a thing. Like,
I feel like that was before like, oh, here's my haul. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we wasn't doing that.
Yeah. It wasn't really fast fashion. It was just like, this is the store within my local community.
That was it. You know? Yeah, you were just shopping.
You were just shopping. Fast. It wasn't.
That's absolutely right. Like, there was no Shein or whatever.
It's too fast now.
Yeah, it's like, if you didn't see it at your local store, that was it. You wasn't getting it.
No.
Like, what you get that from Forever 21? Dang, they didn't have that at the Forever 21 at my house.
Right. That was it.
Like, so yeah, I think my style is better. I can afford the pieces. I have better taste. Yeah, I love being 30. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Period. Yeah, 30s. It's different. I feel like when I entered like 30 proper, it was like, okay, big girl now, you know, got my own place. Like, I'm moving on up. But 31, I feel like, oh my God.
It like hit you?
Because it's just like, oh wow, me and my friends have been friends for like 10, 15 years, and it's just like, you going this way now, I'm going this way now, and it's just kind of like, damn, like even though we're going opposite ways, and we kind of always have been going opposite ways, but it's just not, it's not blending no more, you know? At least I feel like that has been my experience at 31. It's just kind of like really like friendship dynamics, and because I feel like now at this phase, I'm just like really like, it's all about me, you know? And it's just kind of like, if you don't fit in within this, then it's just kind of like, it don't work. And it's been tough, you know? It's been tough because I feel like sometimes friend breakups are, if not harder than like, you know, actual like relationship breakups. Cause it's like, yo, we was talking every single day, like, you know. But no, 30 is great. Yeah. Outside of that, like, 30, friend stuff. Cause you know yourself. You know, I feel like I'm at this place where it's like, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, I know what matters to me the most. You know, I can see where I'm trying to go, and it's just like, I'm gonna do what I need to do to get there.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. I feel like I've had so many changes in my friend group dynamic in my like late 20s going into my 30s, and I feel like anyone who's in my life now, like, pretty solid. But even then, I feel like I'm more understanding that people are like associates, so like, you know, they're people you just have commonalities with, or just like interest, and that's just okay. Like, I don't feel as tied to people, or like, I don't know, I'm trying to, you learn to not take things so personally, or like not move forward from things. You just have a different mindset, like, you accept it. It is what it is. It was what it was. Thank you for your services. Like, yeah, but it is hard. It's so hard to make new friends, like, the older you get.
And it's like, am I supposed to be making new friends, or like,
like I said, maybe acquaintances or associates? I think it should be about like meeting new people,
and just letting it go naturally, organically. Yeah. Okay, 30. So it's a whole new transition. It's a whole new phase. So what would you say has been your experience, you know, dating in your 30s? I mean, I know you're in a relationship, but like, has it been different?
I feel like dating as you get older, like, you're more self-assured. You know what you want, what you'll tolerate, what you don't want. You have like a clear vision of like what the next couple years look like, and if someone's going to fit into that, if you're willing to like change that for the right person. Like, yeah, like, I just feel like you're more thoughtful and intentional with how you date, and that's how I feel like I am. Like, there's some things that are just non-negotiables. Like, it's me. Either this is something you love, this is something you can tolerate, or I'm not the person for you, and that's okay. So I feel like so different versus me in my 20s. Like, oh my god, like, I don't want to lose him, or
trying to make it work, trying to change,
trying to force things that don't fit. Like, that's not it.
Yeah, I agree. So would you say, I mean, of course you probably have different expectations now, so like, what are those expectations, your negotiables, non-negotiables? Like,
yeah, like, I feel like also just learning more about like things like gaslighting. Like, I didn't know what gaslighting was when I was 20. Really?
I mean, I be hearing people say, like, I be hearing people use the phrase, but like, what does that mean when you're dating?
I think for me, it's just being aware of people's red flags and toxic tendencies, and realizing that someone's behavior impacts you, your well-being. That's what I've learned. It's like, sometimes we're like, okay, he's just like that, or like, I don't know.
That's gaslighting?
No, I'm just saying, like, overarching. like gaslighting's like a therapy term, like, that is used when people do things to like fuck with your like psyche.
Oh,
like,
to really like kind of manipulate you.
Yeah, it's a manipulation tactic. Absolutely, it's a form of manipulation, and I feel like I've been in some really like bad relationships where I just thought that behavior was like normal and tolerable, and I think when you don't respect yourself or value your time, like, you'll begin to entertain things that don't serve you. Like, I've had boyfriends who cheated on me, and I just was like, I'm lucky to have him. Yeah.
I mean,
not good.
Listen, nobody's perfect.
No one's perfect, but it's like, girl, like, I need someone to shake me. But that guy, it was like, we had the best chemistry, and I would say like such a good friendship that it's just like, you know, you start to value different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like now that I'm older, I value like someone's personal values, like how they carry themselves, like do they have a relationship with their family, like how would you handle a situation, like I just think that is more important to me versus like, oh, like is he funny? Yeah, I want to be funny, but I also like care about like your character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just different. Like I don't want to teach a man certain things at this age.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of already know.
Yeah.
You gotta know. Yeah, I want you to already know.
Yeah. Like,
I want you to know.
I don't mind working through some things that like are not intuitive. Like, yeah, like there are things that you can do to love me better, or this is the way I want to be loved. But I'm not about to teach you like this is how you should. This is what flirting is. This is what you shouldn't be doing with a girl.
Like what?
That's not appropriate. I'm not doing that.
No.
You either know or you don't.
You fucking know what's appropriate and what's not.
You would be so surprised because I was
like
talking,
they don't know.
I was talking to a guy before my boyfriend, and we just were not aligned with our values. Like the things that he thought were like okay. I was like, are you for real?
But let me do it and tell me if you think that that's still okay.
And no, but seriously, he would just like, it's just different.
He thought it was okay.
Yeah, like it's just, but the things you care about, I care about. The things you don't care about, I care about. So it's like, we're just not aligned, and that's
like
okay.
Like you said, the values.
Yeah, it's like.
Values. Yeah. I mean, I feel like now, with me being like so fucking single, like, I don't know, and this is kind of like what I battle with sometimes, because it's like it's so easy to find somebody that is you know, aligned with you, maybe, you know, or have like similar values, but are you attracted to that person? Like I feel like I need to be attracted to you, and I don't know if that's just like my masculine energy, because I feel like men, like, they're like very visual. So like if they aren't attracted to you aesthetically, I don't know if they're even gonna like give it a try, right? That's where I'm at. I don't know if that's good or
I think that's fair, because I feel like men, they don't have to compromise what they want in a woman. If they just want sex, they're gonna find someone who physically fits that description. They're gonna fuck them. If they want someone to stimulate them with good conversation or make them look good in the right setting, they're gonna find someone who can do that. Great. So men don't ever have to be like, oh, she's kind of, no. They're getting everything they want and then some. Exactly. But women, I feel like we have less options. So we're like, yeah, he has a great job. Yeah, he's doing well for himself, but I'm not physically attracted to him. Like the fact that we even have to like
That's a thing.
It's not fair, because I would never hear a man say that.
No.
He would just like, yeah, I'm not talking to her. Like, nah, she's not cute. They would just, like you said, they'd be like, nah, she's not cute.
Nah.
But I feel like
because they got options though. It's so many.
We have options too.
Okay. Our options aren't limited, huh?
Okay, I do think, okay, from my friend's perspective, I agree and I get it. But I feel like I've never faced that. I've never had a problem dating. I always meet men I like.
It's your mindset. It's a mindset thing.
Yeah, it's like if I'm looking at the cup half full. If I'm in a room and I see two guys that are attractive, those are the two guys I want. Or I'm going to like figure out like I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to go for it. But it's just like that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not worried about the rest of the
niggas that you're not attracted to.
Yeah, that doesn't concern me.
Okay, so give me some advice. So you in a room, you see somebody that you feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making eye contact. You're not picking up at it. Do I need to go over and approach you?
That's not my personal style.
Right?
I feel like
so you just naturally attract them.
Maybe it's naturally, but I just feel like maybe it's the soft, feminine, whatever. Like
you're feminine, yeah.
The fact that she would say eye contact. If we're making eye contact, that should speak volumes. Like you're gonna come over to me. Or
listen, I be making eye contact like nothing.
But then, look, so let's say I make eye contact, you make eye contact, and nothing happens. The way my mind is set up, oh, he's got a girlfriend, and that's it for me. I'm not thinking too deep about it. I'm not going to carry that oh my God, men don't approach me. I've already decided in my mind that there's some logical reason why he did not approach me.
Period.
And I'm
I
not jaded.
Because that's what I've been thinking. Maybe he got a girl. Like, maybe it's a reason why. Because I'm staring you down, nigga. I know you feel my eyes.
That part. But then it's like, because I'm open or I'm still having fun, because I'm enjoying myself and I'm not reading into like, oh my God, da da da. Somebody else who's cute, I probably even noticed, is looking at me having a good time, finding me attractive because I'm enjoying myself and is going to approach me. Yeah. Or someone might hit me up on Instagram and be like, oh my God, I saw you at so-and-so and you look so good.
Then they hit you up on the Instagram?
No, I'm trying out scenarios. I just feel like when you're really like comfortable in yourself, enjoying yourself, and like you don't put too much pressure on stuff, things really happen. Because I feel like every time I've been single, I meet guys. I remember one time.
No issue for her. Okay.
Issue. I remember this guy. Hope I won't hear this. It does not. But when I was single, there was this guy during the pandemic on Instagram. Because all you can do is be on Instagram and dating apps or whatever. I don't do dating apps. It's another thing. Good luck to y'all on Hinge and stuff.
I mean, the dating apps is weirdo.
It's crazy. Yeah. But it's like I just be manifesting stuff. No crystals or nothing. Just vibes.
Period.
Like I saw his page. I was like, oh, he's cute. Like didn't even like the pictures. I just followed him. Next thing you know, saw me back and was in my DMs. And then, like, it just organically happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to...
It just comes to you naturally.
We live a totally different lifestyle. Like JT said, the girl's like, not that I don't have kids. I don't have kids. But I don't have baggage that's weighing me down that makes me feel like I'm not a catch. So I feel like my advice to you is just focus on your podcast, focus on styling, focus on all the things that bring you joy, continue to take care of yourself and look good. If you see someone out, give the eye flirt, but I just feel like attracting what you want is just so much more rewarding than like chasing it, going after it. Like that's just not my vibe.
No, I don't. And like you said, like, oh, we made eye contact, it didn't work out, like maybe he got something else going on. I be feeling that too, but it's just kind of like, and I just need to leave it at that. Period. It is what it is.
Okay.
Oh, so Tiarra, this has been awesome. Like,
so good.
I feel like we talked about a lot. We made some amazing cocktails. Like, I'm tipsy. I'm definitely tipsy with tea right now.
Same, y'all. The drink was so good.
It was so good. So I would love if you could leave us with, a final quote, or maybe something you would tell your younger self, or just any advice out here to the girlies.
Yes, if I could give my younger self any advice, it would be fuck them. Period. Like, and that's advice to the girlies. Fuck them, your exes. Fuck them, the friends that you're not friends with anymore. Fuck them, the people who, rejected you with that job. Like, anyone who's just made you feel lesser than, unworthy, or just not valued, like, fuck it. Like, you don't need them. They don't add value to your life anymore. They're not serving you. Like, I think my younger version of myself looked at other people for validation. And once I, kind of, bossed up and just owned who I was and loved who I am, everything just worked out. So... And I think I just give off good vibes, attract good vibes, and that's just because I'm comfortable with who I am and I like who I am.
Well, I love that. So, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For joining us on Brokish Black It Girl, the podcast. Thank you for being so open and so genuine with your answers. Let the people know where they can follow you, how to connect, and what we should be on the lookout for. Because I know you got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yes, I have some things in the pipeline, in the works. Follow me on Instagram. My name is I Do My Own Stunts.
Period.
Yes, that's the I Do My Own Stunts, one word. I also have a hashtag called Tipsy with Tea, where I do cocktail tutorials from my crib. I go to different restaurants and bars in New York and give suggestions.
She be knowing all the spots, okay?
Yeah, all the places, good recommendations. And later this year, I'm going to drop some like syrups and cocktail stuff, and just it's gonna be cute. Some home goods. Stay tuned.
I can't wait. Well, cheers to that. Cheers to tipsy martini. Cheers to you getting me tipsy on this podcast, y'all.